Welcome to our class, pre and post ski yoga. We'll be starting seated. Actually, today we'll do a seated warm up, roll onto our backs, do a little bit of inner thigh work. Then we'll come up, do a kneeling sun salutations, followed by our regular sun salutations and our warm up. So take your time, get into a nice, comfortable position. Grab your best yoga partner that you have, furry or not furry. Roll our shoulders back and down, and then we'll start to just settle into our spine. Check in with how you're feeling right now. Allow the shoulders to relax down and away from our ears. As we lengthen up through our cervical spine, our neck is long, our jaw relaxed. Taking in some deep breaths. Feeling each breath enter our nostrils. Go down deep into the base of our lungs, filling them up from the bottom, and then exhale, pushing that air up and out. We can practice our Ujjayi breath today, just like when you would be fogging up a mirror with your hand. Imagine trying to do that same feeling with your mouth closed. So we inhale and exhale. A little bit of a vibration at the back of the throat. A few more of those breaths. Closing our eyes and settling in. Amazing. We'll start our flowing mountain pose. Inhale, sweeping our arms up to the sky. Exhale, bringing our hands back down. We've got about 10 of those. Touching our thumbs together at the top of the movement, if that feels okay for us. Anchoring down into our sit bones. And then on our next one, let's start that lateral flexion over to the side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, tip over to one side. I'm just going to try to hook up Marla with maybe just a FaceTime on my phone while she does her yoga. So continuing on with that lateral flexion, I'll see if I can get this to work. I don't think she has FaceTime. No, dang. All right. We can go right down to our forearm if you want to on either side. Just see how that feels for your lower back. And when you're ready, we'll be adding on our twists. We inhale, open up our wings, exhale, twisting over to one side. Using the beginning of our practice to reconnect to our breath, to the earth beneath us, to the air inside our body and out. Noticing if we have any injuries today as we move through, and making sure to honor those parts of our body. And we'll put it all together. Inhale, sweep up to the sun. Exhale, tip over to one side. Inhale, sweeping up, tipping to the other side. Opening up our wings and twisting over to one side, and then the other. Bringing our hands back behind us, and exhale, a dive towards the earth, opening the heart. We'll release the hands to the mat and roll right back onto our backs today, drawing our knees into our chest. Let's massage our lower back and down onto the earth. Just see how it's feeling today. You can have your feet down on the mat rocking your knees side to side or bringing your knees into your chest or thighs towards your belly, whatever works best for you. We'll bring the soles of our feet together into a reclined butterfly pose and flowing between them. So opening and closing our inner thighs, just checking in to see how everything's doing today, letting go of any judgment. Wonderful. We'll bring the knees back up to face the sun. We want to anchor that lower back right strongly down into the mat. So if you feel a little lift, actively press the lower back down. We'll find some space between our feet, a little bit closer to our backside, and then start to flow through some bridges, not going up too high. Inhale, lifting our backside up. Exhale, drawing the hips back down to the mat. Just see how your hip flexors are doing at the moment. Pressing down through both of our feet. Our chin is slightly tucked in. So we have no weight on our head. As we peel the back off the mat, the weight comes into the shoulder blades. Let's hold up our next bridge and do 10 pulses, waking up our lower back, our glutes. Give them a good squeeze if you want to, up at the top as we pulse through. Getting the hamstrings ready for what lies ahead. And we'll hold up here now for 10 breaths, unless you would feel more comfortable taking a little break, rock it out, and then hold and join us up for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and on your next exhale, slowly lower. We'll draw the knees to chest or keep the feet on the floor and rock side to side. Check in. Wonderful. Moving into a flowing dead bug today, or flowing spinal balance, whatever you want to call it. Let's take our feet up towards the sky, point the toes towards our forehead, reach our arms up as well, and anchor those shoulder blades down into the mat. Modifications here, bent elbows, bent knees. As we drop our right foot down towards the mat, our left hand goes and taps back behind our head, coming back up to center, and then the opposite of that. Flowing side to side. Now we wake up the core. We match our movements to our breath. And we're continuing to press our lumbar spine down into the mat. So modifications, bent knees, or just doing your toes or hands. Let's do one more on either side. Wonderful. Knees will bend again. We'll take our rock side to side and one more bridge. Soles of the feet go down into the mat. Let's lift up into our bridge and lift our arms up as well. And if you'd like to, you can take them right back behind you, either straight or move into cactus arms at the top for about 5 more breaths. Feel the front of your body being stretched at the moment. Slowly lowering that vertebrae back down to the mat. Let's roll right over until we can make our way to all fours. Take your time getting there. Awesome. All right, let's go into our cat and cow from here. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow. Moving through, flowing one vertebrae at a time. You've got about 10 more for you. I'll just check in, make sure everyone's doing okay. Awesome. Great job. Oh, she's so cute. All right, one more cat, one more cow. Right back to child's pose, unless you would feel better moving up into downward dog. You choose what feels good for you tonight or today. If you're in your downward dog, we'll be pedaling our feet a little bit. In child's pose, you can bring your hands back behind you and check in with your neck. Massaging our neck with our hands, and as we're also stretching our triceps there. A few more breaths. Wherever we are, we'll inhale to all fours. Exhale slowly into our kneeling plank and down to the belly. Opening up into our cobra pose, really gentle in the beginning of practice. Back to the mat, press up and back to child's pose. So you can do that flow if you're a regular from your down dog and chaturanga, or you can stay with me, child's pose, and then I'm going to show you our kneeling sun salutations. You'll do just one more flow through, and then you'll make your way to child's pose again. From our child's pose, we'll go slow. We'll do about 3 breaths per movement, and then we'll add 1 breath in. From our child's pose, we lift the chest up off the thighs, but we keep our hips back towards our heels. So we're lifting up, inhaling. Good. And then we exhale, rise up, hands come into our lower back. Inhale, sweep our arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring our hands back to our lower back. Inhale, open up, really gentle. This is to mimic a cobra. Exhale, straightening out our back again. And then to all fours we go. Kneeling plank, slowly lowering into our cobra. Breathe in. Right back to all fours. And then walk our hands further out into a puppy pose down below. Chest towards the mat. Engage the core, walk those hands back up, back to all fours, and child's pose. So that's a nice flow. Let's into our child's pose. Now inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, stand or sit up. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring our hands back behind our lower back. Inhale, open up into a gentle, I forget the name of this pose. Camel pose. Inhale that camel pose. Exhale, straighten it back out again. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, walk the hands forward to a plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, back to your belly. Exhale, all fours. And then we'll walk it down to our puppy pose. Breathe in, opening the chest, shoulder blades together. Back to all fours. Let's take a big breath in here and slide back to child's pose. Do that a couple more times. Inhaling, lifting the heart up off the thighs. Exhale, lifting the backside up off the heels. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale, hands come back behind us. Inhale, we open up and expand through the heart. Exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Inhaling all fours. Exhale, right to your belly this time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, go back to your bellies. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, hands walk forward, chest goes down to puppy pose. Inhale, back to all fours. So the hands can come kind of by your ears and you press up. Exhale, back to child's pose. One more time. Inhale, lift the heart up off the chest, off the thighs. Exhale, hips come up. Inhale, sweep to sky, press into both of your knees. Exhale, hands come back behind us. Open up into our camel pose. Exhale back to a neutral spine. So engage that core again. Inhale all fours or hands slightly forward. Exhale down to our bellies. Cobra, breathe in. Belly, breathe out. Inhale all fours. Exhale, puppy pose. Inhale all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Great job. Warmed up already. Let's look up between our hands and bring the right foot up between the hands. Take your time getting your hand there. Rise up into your lunge. Beautiful. Hold, sink into our hip flexors. Breathe. Feel, make sure you're listening to the body. We'll be taking it back to down dog or child's pose. And sweeping the other foot up between the hands to find your lunge. Either a full lunge or a kneeling lunge where you'll stay for 5 breaths. Check in and make sure. I heard a beep. I'm not sure what that is. We're good. We'll frame our front foot with our hands and push to forward fold. Breathe out. Inhale, sweep our hands all the way up. Let's grab our elbows today and tip over to one side. All the way over to the other side. Lengthen again. And forward fold, exhale. We'll release those hands and flow through forward fold now, coming halfway up and folding, breathing out. Feel the hamstrings. If they're tight, you'll notice them. If you didn't notice them already in your downward dog, you'll be noticing them now in your forward fold. Last flowing forward fold, we'll find ourselves in the chair. And forward fold, breathe out. Flowing through those two now, bending the knees, bringing the heart up. Exhale, straightening the legs, hands towards the mat, head hangs. A few more. Think of that core. Check in with your knees, making sure there's some space between our feet. Last one, meeting in our chair pose. Sweeping our hands up to the sky. Let's bring our hands to our heart and step our right or left foot back, whichever one you want to move into your moonflower pose. Now there's space between our toes. You're on the long edge of your mat. We'll breathe in, reach up, breathe out, hinge back into our moonflowers. Well, you know, I love moonflowers and sunflowers. A really great way to warm up your major muscles and joints. An opportunity to check in with your knees. We can close our eyes and bring that awareness within. Last one. We'll turn that into our sunflower, reaching for the mat and then sweeping back up. Always bending our knees when we reach towards the mat. Wonderful job. Just one more moonflower. We'll step back up to the tops of our mats. Take your time getting there. A sweep up, grabbing the right hand. Let's tip over to the left. We want to stretch our wrist out. So we press into your feet. We'll lengthen up that spine again. Reach up and tip over to the other side. Sorry for the dings. I've got to turn my watch on Do Not Disturb. Bring that hand back up. Hands come back behind us. Chest expansion or reverse prayer. You can see where you're at right now. Check back in a few months. You can stay there or fold right over into forward fold with your chest expansion. Awesome. Our head is heavy. Our soft bend in our knees. So we let our head be heavy and free of tension. Letting any thoughts of sadness or negativity fall right out, at least for the next hour or two. Focus on self-care. Let's release the hands to the floor, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold again. Sweep all the way up, create a nice, beautiful circle, and bring the hands into our mountain pose. All right, my friends, adjustments and grabbing a quick sip of water or tea, whatever you have nearby, and we'll get started with our sun salutations. I'll do 2 kneeling with child's pose, 2 with downward dog, and 1 or 2 with our jump back, which doesn't have to be a jump back. It can be a step back. I'll do both. All right. Big breath up, inhaling, press into our feet, find that extended mountain pose, and then dive into your forward fold. Crank your tunes if you've got them on. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bending our knees, let's take our right foot back, knee up or down. Inhale to your lunge. Exhale to child's pose, unless you're going right into the second version of this. Staying here or flowing forward into a plank. Chaturanga or all the way to your belly. We open up into cobra. Maybe it's up dog, back to down dog, or your belly with me. We press the earth away, meeting in child's pose or down dog. If you beat me to a pose, that's okay. Just hold on and breathe. Bringing the left foot up between the hands. Find your version of your lunge today as you breathe in and reach for the sun. Exhaling, framing our foot, pushing off our back foot, anchoring through the front, forward fold. Halfway lift, roll those shoulders back and down. Fold again. Press into the feet, sweep up to the sky. Breathe out into chair. Choose where you want your arms today. Wherever you are, chest is wide. Back up, breathe in. Exhale, settle into a stable mountain with a strong core. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Folding, breathing out. This time the left foot back, choose your knee. Rise up into a kneeling or full lunge. And take an entire exhalation to make your way to downward dog or child's pose. Can rest here or we'll flow forward, down or halfway, up dog, open the heart, or cobra, belly or down dog. We'll meet in down dog or child's pose. Bringing the right foot up between the hands, take your time. You can always grab it behind the heel, rise to lunge. Breathing out, pushing to forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Sweep to the sky, inhale. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Breathe out, a beautiful breath out. What a gift into mountain. Now we'll add on, inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive. Unless you've already added on, whatever works. Halfway lift, fold, breathe out. Right foot back, full lunge, or that kneeling lunge, rise up. Downward dog or child's pose. See if we can do it with our eyes closed. Moving into plank. Halfway or all the way down, so chaturanga. Up dog if you're doing it for the first time, kneecaps off the mat. Back to down dog, breathe out. We'll bring that left foot up between the hands. Rise to your lunge. Breathe out, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhaling, let it all go again. Relax your spine. Now press to the feet, rise up to extended mountain, then chair. Back up, extended mountain, and exhale, mountain. Breathe in, sweep to sky, or go at your own pace. Fold, halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Taking the left foot back, rise into your lunge. Inhale, 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 pause. Exhale to downward dog, take your time. Holding or flowing, inhale forward, halfway or all the way. Our up dog, maybe cobra. Cobra, go back to your belly, and then child or down dog. Right foot up between the hands. Take a look at where you're going to place it. Rise to your lunge, back heel high. Great job. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift. Fold again. Sweep all the way up. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. Now we've got 2 with our jump back. Sun salutation B. If you don't feel like jumping, just step back. Breathe in, sweep up. Anytime I do a chaturanga, just do a plank. If you want to, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, jump back to plank or step back or chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right foot between the hands, inhale, lunge. And then right back to chaturanga or plank on an exhale. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Left foot between the hands, 1 lunge, and then right back to chaturanga or plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, hop, step, or jump to halfway lift. Fold, breathe out. Chair this time, inhale. Exhale, stand to mountain. 1 more, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift. Right back to chaturanga or plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Take your time. We'll do a lunge on either side. So rise up. Then your chaturanga or plank. If you find yourself holding your breath, go back. Up dog. Right back to down dog. Then the other side, lunge, inhale. Chaturanga or plank. Breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Amazing job. Downward dog. Hop, step, or jump. Walk up. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair, breathe in. Mountain, breathe out. Now we're warm. Great job. Grab another quick drink if you'd like to, and we'll move on to the rest of our practice. My hair is falling out of, well, it's not falling out, it's falling out of the ponytail holder. Okay. We're meeting in chair pose. Take your time, get into your chair, and breathe. If you beat me there, awesome. You're just going to work your legs a little bit harder. Check on your form in your chair. The hips are back. The chest is up, and we're choosing where we want our arms today, reaching up. We can look forward, looking straight ahead, or our hands are at our heart. Breathe. Turn my music up. And forward fold, breathe out. Really let it hang here. Let's check in with the calves. We'll give our calves a little massage with our hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out again. All right, we'll keep our right foot up at the top of our mat and step our left foot back for a low lunge, knee down. We really want to focus on bringing our hip flexor. So that's the left hip flexor closer to the mat while still honoring this front knee. We're anchoring through our back knee, the top of our foot, our opposite foot. And then if it feels okay, hands will come up and we'll take a little lean back. That'll increase the intensity of your hip flexor stretch, but try to keep that spine long rather than compressing at our lower back. Breathe. Hold and breathe. We'll frame our front foot, tuck our back toes back to downward facing dog. Take your time. We're there for a few breaths. Pressing the earth away, checking in if we can try to press it when we're pressing into our hands, not all completely into the base of our thumb and our wrist. So some of that weight going into our knuckles on our index finger and our middle finger, pressing those into the mat as well. Our opposite foot will come up, most likely your left. Our knee will come down and we'll settle into our lunge here. First checking in with our safety of our front knee, then hinging or sinking this hip flexor closer to the mat. We feel a stretch here. And if it feels okay, arms will come up. You'll lengthen and lean back, or your hands could be at your heart, or you could still just be in your regular lunge, even hands on knee. Breathe. Close your eyes, engage your core muscles. Anchor through the front foot, the back knee, and the top of that back foot. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Pressing equally into both of our feet, our hips reaching for the sky. Got our biceps, our ears between our biceps here. Our chest is opening up towards our thighs. We're checking in with how that weight is being dispersed into our hands. Looking up between the hands, our right foot coming up between the hands. We're moving into warrior one. Back heel goes down and we rise up into our warrior one. Breathe in, holding here. Checking in with the spine. Checking in with the strength of our legs. The sun is out now. It's amazing. Looks beautiful up here. Beautiful. From our warrior one today, we'll be going right to plank or chaturanga on an exhale. So plank or chaturanga, hold your plank or move into an up dog. Here's your challenge. From up dog, back to chaturanga, then downward facing dog, and that's where we'll all meet. That was our flow. Left foot up between the hands. Warrior one on the other side. So we engage the core, lift it up, sink into our legs, and breathe. We can soften the jaw for clenching our teeth. Settle to the breath again. Reconnect. Remember why you're here. We'll move back again through that flow or hold a plank. Exhale, chaturanga or hold your plank. Up dog or hold your plank. Back to chaturanga or hold your plank. We'll meet in plank. And then downward facing dog. Hold on to that downward dog. Walk, step, or jump to halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to mountain. Great work, everybody. Shoulders should be feeling super strong. Yeah. Okay, tree pose. Let's take that right foot out. We'll draw the heel towards the body. Lengthen through the spine and choose where you want to put your opposite foot and where you'd like your hands today. They could be touching up at the top, bringing those ears again, maybe to touch our biceps here. And just check in with your tree. Progress over perfection. If we're taking care of our bodies or dealing with an injury, your tree might look different today, and that's okay. Few more breaths for you. On an exhale, we'll release the hands, release that foot. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, let the foot go out. Draw it in and find our tree on the other side. Take your time, moving wherever you want to put your foot up above your knee. If you can get a good press of your knee. Oh, it's too slippery. Good press of your thigh, also right back into your foot. Finding a place to focus your gaze. And then staring right through it. Wonderful. We'll release that knee, release the arms, grab a quick drink before we make our way back down onto the mat. So we'll go right into all fours. Take your time. Oh, I found this lovely tea. I think it's Lipton. Apple cinnamon, turmeric, and ginseng. It's wonderful. All right, cat and cow. Let's just take a moment to check in with how that spine's feeling now. Inhaling into our cow. Exhaling into cat. Oh, I don't want to run out of time. All right, let's do a pigeon pose. Bringing the right knee to the outside and the back of your right wrist. So it slides up here. It's on an angle. Wonderful. The back kneecaps on the mat. If you need to, prop up your backside with a block. If you find your cheek here keeps going down onto the mat, that's not where it should be. It should be up off the mat with your knee on an angle. Beautiful. All right, we can stay up or go down. Maybe that block comes under your chest so you can keep your spine in line. Or if you'd like to do king pigeon today, the chest is up. And you can choose whichever hand you want to reach back for that back foot. Wonderful. Choose. I never know. Sometimes it's the opposite foot that feels good. Sometimes not. You could try to bring both back. I'm really working towards that, but not today. You can reach the other arm up if you want to. Wonderful. Let's make our way to the other side. So we'll tuck our back toes on the mat, push it to downward dog. Then we'll do our pigeon on the other side, and we choose where we want to be in our pigeon. So that left knee is going to come behind the left wrist, off to the side. So if your left butt cheek is on the mat, that's when it starts to look how you don't want it to look. That knee ends up becoming in between your hands. So you want your cheek up off the mat, both hands inside the knee, and then you can choose your pigeon. Maybe a block under your chest or belly, or you're bringing your chest right to the mat. Breathe. You can stay here in pigeon pose or check in with bending and straightening that back leg, just seeing how it feels. Or then adding on the lift of the heart and the reach back. Choose whichever side you want. Maybe reach, oh my gosh, I got on this side. See if you can get both hands back. We got our chest open. Be nice to your back. Amazing job. We'll frame our front foot. Great work. Tuck the toes. And we'll go right to our belly pose, guys. So chest goes down to the mat. So today, instead of our hands being under our shoulders, we're going to slide them back so that we create more of a 90-degree angle in our elbows. We're looking ahead of us. This is a really good one for arm balance practice. So we want to imagine squeezing our elbows together at the back, trying to hold maybe a big ball back there. You can press into your hands to lift up, and or we lift up our kneecaps up off the mat. Still lengthening through the spine, making sure we can breathe freely. Bit of a preview of what's to come in February. A whole month of bring back the love for our backs. We've got a week of lower back, middle back, upper back. All the classes, of course, will be full body, just with that bit of focus. And a random acts of kindness challenge for the month. Drop the kneecaps, walk those hands forward. Let's go to child's pose. You deserve it. You can go into a wide leg child's pose if that feels better. Wonderful. Let that back relax a little bit.
Massage your forehead down. Our hands could be reaching forward or reaching back towards our heels. Let the body, the belly just rest either right on your thighs, or if you've got a wide leg, you're letting that chest go even further towards the floor. We'll be making our way to a seated position. Inhale all fours and exhale, we come into our seat. Just a couple more stretches and we have our Shavasana. Let's take our legs out wide. Wonderful. So this might feel better for you, a regular forward fold, or you could bend one of your knees. I'm going to turn our chest towards one knee and fold. Breathe. Pointing our toes up towards the sun, lengthening through our spine. It's okay if your backside lifts up a little bit. We don't want to force anything in our lower back. Feels so good. Let's take that left hand. So if you're reaching towards your right foot, let's take that left hand to the other side of the calf so that you feel a little bit more of a stretch in the lower back, making sure it's gentle. Walk those hands up. Oh, so good. We'll turn our chest towards the other side and bring it down, where we can just reach for that foot or the knee or whatever part of your leg you want to, and bring that right hand over to the outside of the left foot. You might feel more sensation pulling back if anything takes our breath away. Come on, come on. All right, bring it up. So good. Take our hands under our knees. We're going right back onto our backs. We've got legs up a wall, a twist, and Shavasana. So roll it back, massage it down. Moving into our legs up a wall. If you wanted to throw in a happy baby here, you can as well. I know happy baby is loved by so many. Or you'll go into your legs up a wall. So do what feels good for you. This would feel great after a day of skiing. Next year, I'd love to take up cross-country skiing next year. With all the time I have. Ha ha. Let's take our arms out wide, palms up or down, anchor the lower back. You can put the bend back in your knee as we just go through a couple flows side to side, feet down, anchor through the shoulder blades. And do the other side. Using our obliques to lift and lower our body up and down, or you can bend your knees and not go down as far. If it doesn't feel good, just do a little bit. Amazing. Making the knees come back up. And we'll take our rock side to side, and it's time for our Shavasana. Either lying flat on your back or more of a resting constructively, feet wider than the hips, knees drop back towards each other. Take a moment to settle in. I'll lead you a little guided meditation this morning. If you're ready to go, you can go, or you can stick around for another 5 minutes or so. We'll take the time to settle in. Feel the earth beneath you. Allow the weight of your body
to gently melt down into the earth. Soften the jaw, the eyes, the space around your heart, the chest, and the shoulder blades, the belly, the legs, the upper legs, our lower legs, our ankles, any last bits of tension going right out the soles of our feet. I'm going to read to you today Ojibwe meditations, a couple from this wonderful book. I hope you enjoy them. From our very first breath, we are in relationship. With that indrawn draft of air as children, as babies, we become joined to everything that ever was. Everything that ever was, is, and ever will be. When we first let that exhale go when we're born, we forge that relationship by the virtue of the act of living. Our breath commingles with all breath. We are all here in relationship with everyone and everything. We are born into the state of relationship, and our ceremonies and our rituals are guides to lead us deeper into that relationship with all things. It's one of my favorites, this last one. I've been referred to as odd before. Nowadays, I prefer to refer to myself as Awed, A-W-E-D. I want awe to be the greatest ongoing relationship in my life. I want to move through my days floored by the magnificence and generosity of my Creator, the breaking of a day, the silence between words, the light emanating from a real conversation, and kindness, truth, love, and the apparently random hand of grace. I want to remain awed by all of it, rendered speechless by wonder. I await the next unfolding. Peace to you, my friends. I hope that you're awed just like me today. Otso Kanacha, take care of yourself. Namaste.